Demo is going to show a mobile app where the user authenticates using biometrics. And then I'm going to switch over to the agent desktop, which is behind the app screen there. And then we're going to show how when the call is transferred to the call center, we can actually populate into the call agent desktop information about the authentication that happened in the mobile. So I'll go through the mobile side first as the end user, and then I'm going to switch over and show the agent side. So this is a pretty simple mobile app that we have here. This is basically a simple banking app. So I'm going to log in. In this case, I'm going to log in using Face. So I'm already registered here, but I'm going to log in and authenticate using Face. So once I authenticate into the app, of course I can view my account details, whatever you might normally do within your banking app. It's a little bit slow right now. So I'm logged into my app. I can look around my account statements. If I look over at, say, my wallet, I can view information, about my credit card statements. Everything there looks good. If I look at my savings account, some things look good, but then I see this Crown Prince of Zamunda, some kind of $5,000 charge. So if I drill down into the details of this transfer, I can see that it looks a little suspicious. So I really want to speak with an agent at this point. Of course, I have a couple options. I can either chat with an agent, but in this case, it's pretty urgent, so I'm gonna actually call an agent. So rather than actually, there's several different ways that you could do this. You could, have the app launch the actual phone and dial the number directly. We have some customers that are, starting a VoIP session where they initiate a call directly into the call center, and they can pass context and some nice things like that about the app. In this case, what we're doing is we have a couple options here to allow the agent to call the user back. So I could either schedule a call with this bottom button, or in this case, I want to speak with them now. So I'm going to go ahead and click the top option here to have them call me back as soon as possible. So what's going to happen here, when I hit get started here, I'm now placed into the call queue, and my information is being passed to the call center agent desktop, and I'm going to get a call back as soon as the agent is ready for that. So that's kind of it from the user's point. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over and show the agent desktop. So this is a pretty standard desktop that an agent might be looking at when they're off queue. What I mean by off queue is they're not currently taking calls. So what I'm going to do right now, this is just kind of a dashboard screen that an agent might see. I'm going to go ahead and go on queue, and what this would now do is pick up the call that was in the queue there. So you can see that it's populated information about the caller. So I see caller details, name and number, that sort of thing. And then in the middle, we're actually pulling information about the authentication. We're pulling this from the IdentityX platform. So you can see here we have both registration information and authentication information. So this obviously is the face image that was taken when I registered in the mobile app. And this is the authentication that I just now went through in that mobile app. So you can see that it was indeed a match. I can see the score, the false match rate information, the date, time. We're also pulling details about the mobile device. And again, this is all really just using our FIDO SDK. But we see make and model information. I'm pulling coordinates, so I can map where the user is when they authenticated. So this is all gold. This is great information for the agent to actually have at their fingertips. And in this case, all of this happened really before the agent even connected. So this is kind of a soft phone over here. When the agent's comfortable that they understand what the user is doing, I see session information down here, so I know exactly why they're calling. I see, the user was stepping through their transactions, saw this Crown Prince of Zamunda transaction, and now, click the Speak Now button. So now that I have all this, I know the user is authenticated successfully. I know exactly why they're calling. Now I can actually click the button here to actually call back and connect the user. So just a quick example of how we can leverage the mobile authentication, pull that information into the agent desktop very easily just using our APIs.